On this example, you have a bunch of information. T is seconds, and H is feet. That's the height. It eventually strikes the ground. How long will it take for the ball to hit the ground? Well, when something hits the ground, its height is what? Well, the height at ground level is 0. So we're solving this equation equal to 0, and this is a quadratic equation. So that means we're going to use a quadratic formula, which is x equals negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Now I like to write this using not having any variables in it. That's what I always do, no matter what. Now, since this is already in quadratic form, a is in front of the t squared, which is negative 16, b is in front of the t, and c is the constant. So I just throw in the numbers. B is 96, B is 96. A is negative 16, A is negative 16, and C is 256. Now I am going to use my graphing calculator to help me out a little bit. Before I do that, I'm going to clean up the easy stuff first. That's a negative 96, that's a negative 32, plus or minus. I'm going to type in what's under the square root. So we have 96 squared minus 4 times negative 16 times 256. We get 25,600. Now when I type this in on my graphing calculator, I'm going to type in the numerator for. I'm actually going to do it all at once. I could actually type all that in once. So just go ahead and type in the whole thing. I'm going to put the numerator in parentheses. Negative 96. Do the plus part first. Second square root 25,600. Notice I had to hit the arrow key to bring the flasher outside the square root. Divided by negative 32. We get negative 2. That's not good. I can type in the whole thing again, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to hit second enter, which brings back what I just typed, and that way I can replace that plus with that minus to find the second answer, which is 8. Since we're dealing with seconds, you can't have negative seconds, so the answer is 8 seconds. Now, the other question, I don't know if you noticed that or not, but that was it takes 8 seconds to hit the ground. 8 seconds to hit ground, which means that should be 8. Now it wants us to provide tick marks with the appropriate numbers. So if that's 8, we got 1, 2, 3, we got 4 of them. So you take 8 divided by 4, you get 2. So we're counting by 2. 2, 4, 6, 8. So there's your tick marks, counting by 2's. So it takes 8 seconds to hit the ground. That's the most important part of the problem.